Let's take a look at two powerful design elements that can be used strategically to guide your eye through the use of hierarchy and visual interest. Those are lines and shapes. Let's start by talking about lines. Now, lines, we also call them rules. They're a great tool to use to help define a clear hierarchy of content and also structure on your page. Lines can also work as a physical boundary between pieces of information and separate them. They can add visual interest and even texture. Lines can also be used horizontal or vertical, and typically the thicker a line gets, the more importance it has on the page. Now, a thicker line attached to a piece of information brings attention to it. Check out this flyer. There's a lot of different text on the page, all in a similar size. One of the issues is you can't really tell what you should read first. As a designer, you have the tools to fix this. We can use a few rules to create a strong hierarchy in the information. In the example, the reading order is chosen for more of a Western audience, which means top down, and the lines separate related sections of content and make it easier for the viewer to read. Now let's shift our focus to shapes. If you look at a shape in a design, our first impulse is to try and figure out what it is. Does it represent something? Does it have meaning? Shapes have the power to communicate ideas that go beyond the words on your composition. They help the viewer fill in gaps and come up with their own conclusions as to what the shape is saying. Here, the designer uses the same basic shape to create letter forms. When we see the same shape repeated multiple times, we feel a sense of familiarity. Shapes also evoke a feeling. If the shape is more rounded, it has more of a softness. The feeling is more calm and stable. On the other hand, if the shape is sharp and angular, this can evoke feelings of assertiveness and agility. Knowing what kind of feeling you would like your work to evoke will help you know what kind of shapes you want to use. Shapes can also be implied. In this newspaper, the text creates strong rectangular shapes that suggest stability and authority. Whether you choose to use a simple shape in your composition or even an implied one, remember it has to have meaning. If a shape on your page has no meaning, it can lead to confusion, which you need to avoid. Take this poster, for instance. The four sections might seem totally random at first, but when you find out that they represent the lines on a football pitch, they start to make more sense. The goal of graphic design is to communicate an idea as clearly as possible. Rules and shapes can make it easier to parse that information and understand how content is related. Figuring out which shapes work best to communicate your message and where lines can be used is a good place to start your layout.